Devils Friday. This is the Woo Report. The Woo Report. Episode 322, the Morning Woo edition. Before the Devils take on the Carolina Hurricanes today down in Raleigh, North Carolina, a.k.a. South Jersey. You find folks filing in on the YouTube Live, Twitter Live, Facebook Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Coming to you live from the bunker at 6:35 a.m. Eastern this morning on the Cinco de Mayo for those that celebrate. Yes, it is an early morning woo because somebody's got to get some stuff done this morning, and that's me. But I'll tell you, today's title, you're listening in the car right now, hands 10 and 2 on the wheel, 9 and 3 if you prefer. But this morning's title is Unsolved Mysteries, Missing NHL Referees. Because I'll tell you, where have the NHL referees' eyes have been throughout these NHL playoffs? I mean, it is just, I don't know. A lot of rule interpretation, a lot of missed calls. Just, it's been horrible. And where did the refs go? In the regular season, I didn't think they were that bad. But are they just letting things go? Peter Seifert says it's been horrible in the YouTube Live. It has been horrible. So that's why we're going to do this segment of Unsolved Mysteries on the Woo Report, the Morning Woo edition. And it seems like the NHL refs are missing. Game 1 against the Carolina Hurricanes. Wes McCauley missed a hand pass from a faceoff. And the Carolina Hurricanes took the puck the other way against the New Jersey Devils. Was it a dirty hit? Game 7 against the New York Rangers where Jacob Trouba almost murdered Timo Meier, center ice. Shoulder to Timo Meier's head. Thankfully, the face shield may have saved him, but not his nose, as Timo Meier is listed as day-to-day. I don't know. The NHL refs are missing. Where are they? If you know any information where these referees have gone, please let us know here on the Woo Report. Because someone knows something somewhere and knows the truth, and it may just be you. Yes, Peter. Childhood trauma of watching that show. That music and Robert Stack's voice on Unsolved Mysteries back in the late 80s still gives me the creeps. And even if I watch old Unsolved Mysteries on Amazon, I think on Amazon Prime, I think I watched 3 of them as an adult, and I was still scared like crap, even though those murders were like, already had been solved. No longer unsolved mysteries. Peter Seifert says Timo Meier's nose is not missing. It's just twice the size. Steve Engel. Welcome, Steve Engel. But, yeah, I'll tell you, it's where did the refs go? They've been missing. Brendan Warner says, Happy Devil's Friday. Happy Devil's Friday to you too. Look, last morning woo said forget about it, game 1, but game 2, again, I'm still traumatized with the missing refs. Like, where did they go? What happened? Is there a directive just to let things slide? Let the players play, even though it's like a blatant penalty? I mean, the Carolina Hurricane strategy, and I got to credit Nick Villano of pucksandpitchforks.com of this, the Carolina strategy is working pretty great. Refs aren't going to call anything. Let's just beat up on the Devils till they call something, because they're letting things slide. Harris coming to you live from South Jersey. That's Harris Anderson, no relation to Joshua Harris, I'm assuming. I think he's in the Cherry Hill area of South Jersey. My buddy intern Rob has game 2 tickets in South Jersey, also known as Raleigh, North Carolina. I think Max is going to be there down in Raleigh, North Carolina, because it's cheaper for him to drive all the way from Boston, take a plane all the way from Boston, get playoff tickets for tonight's game, and then go back, than going to the Prudential Center. Kind of tells you something. Why people leave Jersey to go to Raleigh, North Carolina. Anyway, is that obvious in the other series, too, that the refs are letting more things go? I think they are, but I'm not seeing as much as when the Devils play. I don't know if it's because I'm a homer or it's just, I don't know. Peter Seifert says it was obvious we missed Timo. I think they keep him out. If we lose game 3, then he comes if we lose game 2, then he comes game 3. I didn't know Stephen Engel went to culinary school back in the day. Well, Steve Engel, you got to cook us up something here at American Whiskey. Didn't know that. I thought you just delivered mail. Let's see. Mays Landing. That's right. Grew up in Monmouth County. You know what? New Jersey should be all Jersey. I know New Jersey is split into basically New York TV and Philadelphia TV. But there are Devils fans in South Jersey, let me tell you, and they're hardcore, because the fans that they have to deal with down there, the Philadelphia Flyer fans, I mean, luckily the Flyers haven't won the Stanley Cup in nearly 50 years. Has it been that long? Yeah, nearly 50 years. So you got the bragging rights. The Flyers not doing well this season under John Tortorella. Not Tortorella's fault, but they're in a rebuild mode. They just fired their GM a few months ago, Danny Briere, interim GM. Or is he the GM? I don't know. Don't care. But on we go with the New Jersey Devils. Devils playing Carolina Hurricanes tonight down in Raleigh, North Carolina. And, yeah. Also, let's see here. Harris says more Devils fried down here. Now that the Flyers are turning into a dumpster fire, maybe we can convert a few. Yeah, I'm telling you, the way to do it, it's harder to convince the adults. You got to go after the kids. Because I'll tell you what, when the Devils were on that 10-year cold bender, that, there were probably some kids that's like, sorry, Dad, but the Rangers are in the playoffs. I like you and the team, but, I shouldn't talk like Dawson Mercer, but, yeah, Dad, I'm going to watch the Rangers. Not anymore, because the Devils are good. So you got to get it to the kids. That's how you grow a fan base. Adults are harder because they're stubborn in their ways. You never know with an adult. Some guy gave a New York Rangers pencil to him or her, and they're like, oh, my goodness, that's my team. And that's all it takes, really. So if you want to make more Devils fans, that's it. Or you could be like Beer Baron, get married and have 2 kids and make them Devils fans. That also works as well. Very effective. Okay. Before we go, because this is going to be a short morning woo, because I got to get out of here. On a serious note, the unsolved mystery of the Ranger fan that nobody can seem to find. I'm sure they're working on it right now. So, on the Woo Report, I'm just going to do a little friendly reminder, no joking around, that we want to find this Ranger fan. What he did to the Woo crew member on May 1st. And I'm going to post this picture right here. He was also seen with a woman, assuming that they are together. If you've seen this Ranger fan, and I know people are listening in the car that can't see, you can watch the replay. We'll post it. If you've seen this Ranger fan, we've got a clear photo of him and clear as day, and I still can't believe nobody has found this Ranger fan. I'm sure the authorities are working on it. Let them do their job because that's what they do best. Because I think the Woo crew member that got hit didn't deserve that. And it was just an ugly scene of a really great game for New Jersey Devils fans. And we shouldn't let this take away because it's starting to become recently a trend because last season, if you remember, a Ranger fan, and again, I'm not pointing finger at all Ranger fans when I say this, but there was a Ranger fan at Madison Square Garden that sucker punched a Tampa Bay Lightning fan, and he got pretty beat up pretty good. And now we have this. This is a trend that needs to be stopped. This goes beyond Devils Rangers. This is more of the betterment of the game. We got to keep this out of the game. And I wanted to put that out there, and I'm going to do that till this guy is found because, you know, again, it's an ugly scene. It's an ugly part of sports where a little bit too much drinking, a little bit too much rivalry, this needs to stop. And we don't need to get to strike 3. Right now, strike 2. I hope the Ranger fans and their community will join us in trying to find this guy and this woman. At least an apology should be made. And lesson learned. Because from here on out, I don't want to see, and I don't think we need to see any of this, you know, in the stands. They happen time to time, but a sucker punch, that's you know, it's already bad enough if you get in a scrum at a game, but a sucker punch where an employee takes a punch to the head, not right. Not right at all. And if you've seen that person or you know something, say something, because the authorities and the New Jersey Devils and to this Woo crew member, it's important to finally get closure on this because it's disgusting. Anyway, enough about that person. Devils taking on Carolina Hurricanes tonight, Game 2. Game Day Live and Devils After Dark after the game. It will be a good one. I expect the Devils to come out strong. I expect the Devils to be there. I think they're going to win in overtime. But we'll go over predictions tonight. Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. Scotty at SiriusXM, Liquid Mel, and I will recap the game that was. Vinny Parisi at pucksandpitchforks.com. Game Day Live, and possibly Shorts Guy and I. We haven't figured out the schedule yet. NY Davey says, let's bring him to justice and lifetime ban from The Rock. I also think that this could be, I'm hoping they find this Ranger fan, and we could turn a real big negative into a positive, where a lesson learned, where it's like, okay, this has got to stop. Because I don't want to harp on this, but somebody can really get seriously injured and in extreme cases could die over a sucker punch. We saw what happened to, it wasn't a sucker punch, but, you know, DeMar Hamlin. You know, all it takes is just one little thing, and you're out. So it's again, I'm looking at the replay right now. It's on my monitor. I don't want to replay it anymore, but, if you've seen this guy and this woman, let us know. Say something, because it's important for hockey that we take this out of the game, and we can't have, we're joking around about missing NHL referees, but we can't have this. We need to stand up against this, and I think all hockey fans can agree that we can get this out of the game in general. All right, I want to thank all those tuning in on this early morning woo. Dropping the podcast in about 20 minutes. Got to head off right now. Want to thank you all for tuning in. It's going to be a great time tonight. Just remember, Sunday, the big stage will be outside of American Whiskey for Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. We're still working on guests, but usually we make it a surprise, so you got to be there. It's going to be fun Sunday. I'll tell you, it's going to be fun Sunday. I'll have to check the weather, but so far looking pretty good. And on Tuesday, we've got also a special guest as well. Well, thank you, folks. That's right. Thank you. Devils, Carolina tonight, Game 2. I'll see you there, NY Davey. Till next time. This is the Woo Report. Morning Woo Edition. Let's go, Devils.